Greetings, friends and not yet friends. Welcome to the promised streaming schedule update video. Now, to start things off, allow me to reiterate my position on plans. They suck, and in my opinion, are generally only good as a source of continued disappointment. I go out of my way to avoid making plans of any kind in my life and prefer to allow the old gods to gently guide the flow of my fate to whichever destination is likely to offer them the most amusement. This usually results in me washing up on shores of islands entirely populated by magma scorpions or undead elephants, but that is another story. Suffice it to say, I prefer a more organic, flexible approach to life, to bend like a reed in the wind, as Muad'Dib might say. And yes, I realise the irony in quoting Muad'Dib as an example of flexibility over rigid planning, considering how much planning he did. Nevertheless, I recognise the importance of at least a somewhat reliable schedule for streaming, if only to allow people to know when not to bother checking as much as anything else. So, in this update, I shall, firstly, list the days and times I will aim to start streaming and for how long. Though do keep the whole bending like a reed in the wind thing in mind. If life happens, then plans change. I won't even particularly try to resist it. If the old gods demand magma scorpion shenanigans, who am I to deny them, eh? Secondly, I'll quickly explain a slight change to the format of the weekend streams, the variety or community choice streams. So, as far as the schedule itself goes, oh, and do remember that these times are given in GMT, I will be streaming 3 times during the week, over 2 separate days. Each stream will last for roughly 3 hours, but may be extended, or for that matter shortened, if needs be. The first stream will be on Thursdays at 9 PM. This is currently a Dwarf Fortress stream, though when my fortress ends, I may swap to another game, but generally speaking, this stream will be for a single game. The final 2 streams will both take place on Saturday and will be variety streams where I play different games, either selected by myself or voted on by the viewers. Originally, I was streaming on both Saturday and Sunday at 6 PM on both days. This was a compromise to try and suit the availability of as many viewers as possible. However, besides meaning that there was literally not a single day of the week where I didn't have some sort of YouTube or Twitch commitment of some sort, they were both held at roughly the same time of day, meaning that if it wasn't convenient for some of my viewers due to time zones, then they were simply out of luck because it would never change. So instead, the first Saturday stream will start around 4 PM and will generally be intended to be convenient for viewers in Europe and other time zones similar to myself. The second Saturday stream will start at midnight, roughly 6 hours after the first stream finishes, and is intended to better suit those viewers from more distant time zones. Specifically, my Australian viewers who typically found it difficult to make any of my other streams due to the roughly 12-hour time difference. Hopefully, this stream will also be a little bit more convenient for viewers from across the pond, though really, calling it a pond seems so horribly disrespectful. Who on earth did the Atlantic Ocean annoy for them to coin such a disparaging phrase? But I digress. So, this means that in total, there will be 3 streams a week, 1 on Thursday and then 2 on Saturday. Well, partially in Sunday for me, but trivial detail is trivial. The second thing I wanted to explain, specifically, was a slight change to the format of the variety streams. Up to now, we've simply been voting on all 3 or so games that I play each stream, and while I've enjoyed that, it has led to some frustrations for those who enjoy the less well-known titles, and as sad as I am to admit it, a little friction between those who enjoy certain popular titles and those who feel that whenever they're part of the vote, it becomes a foregone conclusion over which game will win. So, to address this, and thanks in part to a suggestion from my mods, I've decided that during the variety streams, only the final game will be voted on, and I'll select the first 2 games myself. These will either be games I simply fancy playing, or games I've noticed have regularly come close but not quite won the vote. I'll post the vote at the start of the stream, so everyone will have plenty of time to cast their votes in the run-up to the final game. I'll also change the vote to a multiple choice, so if there are 2 or more games that you'd enjoy watching, you don't have to choose one over the others. For convenience, I'll add a small text overlay to the top of the stream to show which games I will be playing and also the vote link, to cut down the work for my mods, who would otherwise, and to be honest probably still will, need to post the vote link from time to time in chat. Though, speaking of the mods reposting the vote link, I just want to say thanks for the amazing work that they do. Be it reposting vote links and explaining how everything works, to reassuring chat during connection hiccups by releasing the stress relieving sheep, or even trying to manage disappointment when someone's favourite game doesn't win the vote. Honestly, they have been run off their feet, bless them. No, seriously, bless them. Or, ideally, sacrifice something in their name. No, not your annoying siblings, that's illegal. Unless it's not illegal where you live, in which case I'm going to turn around for a moment and will be far too busy humming a tune to notice any gurgled cries for mercy. When I turn back, I won't be asking any questions about why the Banville is covered in fresh blood, or where your siblings have gone off to. And you should definitely not tell me the answer to the questions I haven't asked. But, once again, as is so often the case, I digress. However, that about wraps it up for this stream update anyway. I hope this helps clear things up, answer any questions you might have had, and also helps with knowing when to check or not bother checking for my streams. So until next we meet, and as always, do take care. Also, seriously, don't sacrifice your siblings. It may seem like a good idea now, but trust me, when the time comes that you need to fight off the post-apocalyptic cannibal hordes, that annoying little brother or little sister you always fought with will be the only person you can trust to watch your back. It'll happen. It's just a matter of time.